You're gonna need a body bag. I'll break bones you didn't know you had. When I'm done, there will be nothing left of you for your friends to hold on to. When they find you cold and blue tonight, face down in a parking lot. Next time around, think about what you say before you run your mouth. Cause you're all alone and you're nothing without your friends now. You can tell the pavement what you really said, but I already know. You got another day coming if you think you're walking home. This time I'm begging it for you. You got nowhere to hide. You're gonna need a body bag. I'll break bones you didn't know you had.
Welcome back, Mother Cuppers. Woo! Man! Week 4. Here we are. Week 3, thankfully, is behind us, man. It is tough in the streets out there. Lord.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's a good word to describe week 3.
Banged up.
Oh, guys, we got a lot to get to today. We're going to jump right into it. Let's do this recap, and I'm going to start it off today. And I'm going to start it off with the Andrew and Seth matchup. Seth had solid production out of Lamar, 33 points on Monday night. Exactly what you want out of your Monday night quarterback. CMC was the entire offense for San Francisco. He got him 24 points. The rest of Seth's team just decided to kind of take the week off. His wide receivers combined for 17 points. And what has happened to Chase Brown? 6 points gross. Pittman had a great week, 19 points on Seth's bench. It wouldn't have mattered because Andrew put his Vikings D on the table, scored 41 points. Andrew got the win, and it only cost him CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, and James Conner.
Attrition.
That's tough. That's tough. Am I up?
Whoever.
Okay, I'll go. I was lucky enough to get the birthday bowl, which I'm pumped to talk about. So let's get into it. Listen, so with Jaden out, it was the return of the Mac, but it was pretty Ricky Bobby Pearsall who brought in 8 of 11 targets for 117 yards and a score, helping little pretty Nicky roll into victory lane. J.K. Rowling's Dobby contributed in a big way. Sean Payton must have gave that elf his sock because he's running free out there. 83 yards and his 3rd touchdown of the season. Chiefs D proved why they're part of the team name and may have just stole away Russ Wilson's Hall of Fame induction in the process. Jake Browning and Higgins teed up this flop for Derek. Johnny Smith is hardly worth starting, let alone mentioning. George tried picking up the pieces, but it was just too much to make up for Matt Stafford, 18.9 points, Steelers D, 22 points, and Tyreek Hill, 15.9 points, all on the bench. But don't get mad at Derek and the kicking it front office. Let me quote, "This was us trying to do the right thing when the NFL won't, and definitely wasn't a lineup management error." Let's look forward to seeing Tyreek Hill out there on the field next week. Ain't that right? Nick Manarino had his cake and ate it too. He wins the birthday bowl.
Very good.
Happy birthday. Let me get into one that was not about birthdays. It was about Dallas versus Chicago, and Caleb outdueled Dak as he sprinkled some zest all over Big D for 4 touchdowns. Sorry about that, Greg. Didn't get the right side of that one. This one should have been over on Sunday, but Russ played such a horrific game that Neighbors had his worst game of his career. Just after I talked about him not being able to bust, he just busted all over my lineup. And Russ ultimately got himself fired for that performance, so good for him. But Andrews tried to steal it for Greg on Monday night, but a sprinkle of Jameson left the flowers wilting and it wasn't quite enough. So I go to 2-1 there, and Greg also goes to 2-1, but he's not happy about it.
No, no. This next one, this one hurt. It was me. It was Paul. Anthony called this the blowout of the week, and couldn't have been more wrong. It was an absolute slugfest. I started early with 24 from Jordan Mason and Garrett Wilson, 16 from Bijan, and 14 from Igbuka. 21 from JSN, also solid. Then Paul hit me with 18 from Ken Walker, 22 from Nico, 14 from Devontae, and 21 from Jake Ferguson, who might be feeling that fight a little bit more than I am right now. Goodness gracious, just peppered with targets. He then threw a haymaker with 20 points from the Bucks defense, and the final blow came with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter of the Monday night game, when I was smited by the sun god himself. Amon-Ra scored 21 points. I lost 152 to 145. Would have beaten any of you except for Paul.
Oof.
Good job, Paul.
Tough. It's tough.
Call an ambulance.
All right. Well, I guess I got stuck with all the party games, except this party was a stinker for Nate. Yo Soy Fiesta. Was this the blowout of the week? It kind of felt like it as it was happening. Yeah, that's tough. His guys just didn't really show up for him. Alvin Kamara, 6.6. Debo, 4.9. Bengals D. That was a interesting start. 3 points. Jake Elliott. I can't blame you there. 3 points. That's just a lot of low balls. And Kyron, 19.2 ain't going to get it done if everybody else only scores like 3, 4, or 5 points. Meanwhile, Jalen Hurts went fucking bananas. Anytime that the Eagles are playing somebody that can actually keep up with them, Hurts is going to have a good game. Genty still did Genty stuff, not much. But James Cook is, I believe he's now the number 3 running back on the year. And of course, Devontae plays on the same team as Jalen. So when he has a good game, in all likelihood, Devontae just might too. And he did. And Keenan Allen, 3 weeks in a row with a touchdown now. This guy, 33 years old, fine as wine, baby. This guy.
Bucking up lads season, that's for sure.
Let's go. Podoc, rebounds, 2-1.
Ooh, close it out here. We had Ed versus Chris. The Kingdom tried to rise from the ashes, once again led by Josh Allen in a 30-burger. They did get a good game from A.J. Brown once the Eagles realized in the second half that he was still on their roster, which seemed like they had forgotten for a while. But love was in the air this weekend, and Ed said, I do want to be 3-0. And with Gibbs and Taylor walking him down the aisle to a W, he was able to make that happen. Mwah. You may kiss the big, tall bastard.
Has he gotten his shoes yet?
No.
No way.
All right, boys, that was the recap. Now, you were all curious how we did. Anthony crushed it, 5-1 last week. Logan, disappointing 2-4, and I was right down the middle at 3-3. Season totals, Anthony 12-6, running away with this, as Logan and I are both sitting at 8-10, not knowing what the hell we're talking about. So,
It's early.
Yeah, plenty of time to come back. So let's get into another segment, a beloved segment. And in order to do that, well, we're going to have to hear those banjos.
Little boys, cue the music. Talk about trades.
So here we are.
There it is.
The Valley Trader, boys. Last week, before the matches got started, but after we recorded this show, Nick Manarino traded with Big Brother Anthony. And I really don't know who got the better end of this deal. Nick got R.J. Harvey, Ricky Pearsall, and J.K. Dobbins. Anthony got Travion Henderson and Jamison Williams. Okay. All right. Well, if we put the scores to it, Nick wins.
The last week for sure.
By like a landslide. Ricky Pearsall went nuts. J.K. Dobbins got in the end zone for like the third week in a row. Whew. I don't know. Can't tell you who wins season long. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. J.K. Dobbins notoriously dies about halfway through the season, and Ricky Pearsall is going to have competition in the wide receiver room in San Francisco soon. What'd you guys think about it? Logan, you start.
Yeah, it's really too soon to say. I don't know if it's necessarily fair to assume the worst for JK. I mean, at present moment, it's very clearly his backfield. But didn't he get both of them?
Yeah, you got him.
Yeah, I get both of them.
So it's nice that there's some that it's clear cut at the present moment. So I think it was good on both sides, truth be told. And Pearsall's the guy now. Kind of the same story. Yeah, Jennings is out. It's just kind of a matter of time on that front for when that receiving room, if and when finally takes shape, before we really have any kind of idea how that trade's going to shake out.
That's fair.
We'll see.
Yeah, basically, I mean, Jameson has, we'll talk about it, but he's already been rehomed once again. So he's gone. He's been turning other assets. But I mean, really the hope here is that Trevion opens it up and turns into, rookie year Gibbs for the second half of the season. So was looking for somebody that can give me a big score, hopefully, at the running back position. So yeah, we'll wait and see. He's going to be in there this weekend. I think the most important numbers from last week regarding this trade were the fumbles column in the box score of the New England game, where Ramondre and Gibson were filling that baby up. So hopefully that means Trevion gets more work this week, and we start to see him produce like we hope he can, or I hope he can at the very least.
Right. Well, let's see what else is in here.
Oh, a lot of pages.
Yeah, no, there's more than one trade this week. Nick Manarino added again right before this show aired. Trades with Greg. These arch rivals. His nemesis. He gets a freaking gem from Greg. He got Josh Jacobs and Roma Dunze, both guys. Awesome, right? And Greg in return got Derrick Henry, stud, and Drake London. We'll see. Who knows? Was a stud. Hadn't done much this year. And Derrick Henry's fumbled in 3 straight games. You don't love that. Kind of cost a couple guys, almost cost me one in Dynasty. Logan almost got the better end of that deal. Anyway, Josh Jacobs, I think, is home run this week and probably rest of the season, assuming health. Roma Dunze, it looks like Caleb's favorite target in the end zone. So I'm giving the win to Nick on this one. I think I texted right after. I was like, great job. This was awesome. Greg, you're just praying again against your Commanders, loving picking up players against your boys. Don't love that, but I don't know. Time will tell. Derrick Henry is still a stud. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, as far as players that are hot right now versus players that are cold right now, I definitely like what Nick got a little better. Dunze's breaking out right in front of our eyes. Jacobs is playing pretty well up there in Green Bay. London, I think, probably can be the best player in this trade rest of season, but
Sure.
their offense has been kind of stinky so far. They just got blanked by the Panthers. That was not good. Penix is, I don't know, he's not played excellent. It's close. I'm surprised Greg made that trade because he gave up, like I said, both guys that are hot right now for 2 guys that are cold. So it's a ballsy move.
Yeah.
I totally understand Nick wanting to get out from under London. I'd feel better about London if I knew that Kirk Cousins was going to take over, because I don't know what to think of Penix right now. And then, of course, Morris comes out and he's like, nope, it's Penix's team. Like, Cousins ain't going to step in. Just hope that Penix figures it out. Well, he needs to figure it out quick. And then Derrick Henry with the three phone. I don't know. There's only like 2 or 3 running backs in the league I'd prefer over Josh Jacobs right now. As many questions marks as there are on that offense, it's a really good offense. If there's one, Jacobs is going to be the guy. I mean, he might have more touchdowns. Again, top 3, top 4, certainly a top 5 running back at present moment. Now he's got a health concern, but year round, year in, I mean, it's not like at the same time though. Derrick Henry's kind. It's a pretty even. I think it's a pretty even trade, honestly.
Yeah, on paper, it feels that way for sure. Just the
Jacobs has
vibes.
actually not been as good as I would have thought he has been. He hasn't broken 15 points yet this season, despite getting a lot of work. So
They played
yeah,
some tough teams though,
yeah, he
as
did.
far
He
as run
played
defense.
Cleveland. He played Detroit.
And Washington has
Um,
a good run defense.
yeah,
So
so it might open up for him this week
Nick
against
made sure to
Dallas.
tell me that rest of the season he has the best running back schedule.
Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
week
didn't
fucking
vet it.
4. Like, what are you
There's a
talking?
lot of
Yeah,
season.
yeah, I didn't vet that, but that he told me in a text. That was what he said when I said great job. Um, okay. There was one more. It happened like during the show. Logan was having
Yeah.
technical difficulties, so he was a bit surprised when he came back on to see that Anthony and I made a trade in his absence. And I gave you Jalen Waddle and Njoku. Okay.
Yeah.
In return, I got JMO, who you just got, and who else? Hawkinson. So I think I upgraded at tight end because I don't really know if I did because I like Njoku, but now there's like competition with Harold Fannin, so that those tight end targets are getting split up a touch, and it hadn't been great. It's been like my weak spot in on my roster. So hopefully Hawkinson fixes that a little bit. He had a great week last week, and prior to that, he was trash. But hopefully, it all works itself out. That's what I'm banking on. If not, I got likely sitting on the bench, like ready for his campaign to start. But Logan, how'd you feel about it
Just
Uh,
now seeing it.
just now?
I'd like to ask Anthony why did you do this?
Um,
He loves Jalen Waddle.
feel like Waddle is a little bit. I have Tucker. I have Worthy. I have Jamison Williams. I did, but that's all kind of the same guy. I think Waddle is a little safer to get that 12 to 15. He's been pretty consistent so far this year. So I don't know. I think I still have 2 more guys that basically do what Jamison Williams does. So Tevs.
Well, hey, you guys have had more time to think about this than I have, so maybe I'm not seeing the full field here, but I don't know. Njoku may not be the number 1 tight end on his own team.
Yeah, I mean,
Hawkinson,
I don't need it. That's just gonna be he's just gonna sit on the bench.
Yeah, it was an ancillary piece.
yeah,
He's got
that's true.
Trey.
Yeah, that's fair. You're gonna, are you gonna start Jameson?
This week. No.
No, like throughout this.
Yeah, he'll be part of my bye week shuffle, same as Waddle was going to be.
I think the best player in this trade is Jameson Williams. So I'm gonna give this
Uh,
to Mr. Kelchner. Jalen Waddle's gonna be hurt in like 2 quarters from now.
probably
Yeah, but
true.
he always comes back in. He's hurt every game, but he always plays.
The only thing more hurt than Waddle is the entirety of the Miami organization.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. All right. So you're giving me the trade. You feel good about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good on you. That's smart. Anthony, you suck. Thanks for the trade. Nah, I don't think so, man. I think Waddle's gonna be fine. He's only
Have y'all
like,
been working on this for a little while, or did
nah,
this just
like
happen because my computer kept turning off?
he sent me a different trade earlier, and while you were gone, I was like, I don't really like that one.
Oh, we tweaked it.
So little
Hmm.
tweaks. Anyway,
Good luck to you both.
Good
yeah,
luck to you, fellas.
very good. I'm gonna need that Hawkinson to do great because Jackson Smith and Jigba right now sucks butt. This game sucks butt, if we're being honest. Thursday games, God, I hate them. Anyway, that was the Valley Trader.
Oh,
That was all of it right there. And I guess now we'll just have to see what the lizard has to say. Lizard, take it away.
Take it away.
Drinking out of cups, being a bitch.
So this week in the DOC is going to start with the toilet bowl. That's right. Mm.
yeah.
It's going to be Chris. It's going to be Nate. Neither of these boys has won a game. Somebody's got to win, unless it's a tie. And God, I've never prayed for a tie more in my life. That would be just chef's kiss. Um, Chris is looking for help wherever he can get it. He's even thrown Josh Allen on the block. That cannot feel good. By the time we see this, maybe he's already made a trade. But right now, Allen is still on his team, as well as Quinshon Judkins. And that is one shining spot on his team. One of the only shining spots on his team. And this is a team that has Jamar Chase and AJ Brown, who both have had exactly one good game through 3 weeks. Maybe they both get it together this week and Chris is gonna put up some big numbers, but it's not looking great for Chris right now. Um, on Nate's side, I actually love the look of Nate's team. I think his team is better than an 0-3 team. He's got Herbert, who looks just fantastic. I think he's probably going to end up a top 5 quarterback on the year. Um, Debo's going to have to step up in the absence of Terry McLaurin, and I think Nate gets the win this week. And I don't think it might be close. Those guys could have a game. But I'm going to give it to Nate.
I'm gonna have to lean that way too. It's hard to predict this when the word is out that Chris is heavily shopping some big names here. He could have a very different roster than from now till game day. But given what we know now, I mean, Chase got another tough matchup going up against Denver and Surtain this weekend, so that's not great for him or Browning, who did not look good in his first start against the Vikings last week. I do like Quinshon there. Obviously, love Josh Allen against New Orleans, but Josh Allen had 30 last week, and it wasn't enough to get him a win. Herbert, I expect, is going to tear up the Giants. And then the Rams are playing Indianapolis there. Kyron is still definitely taking a little bit of a workload reduction this year compared to the past couple of years. Again, this week, only 75% snap share. So they are mixing and matching him a little bit more. But I just think Nate has more weapons up and down the lineup here than Chris does. So yeah, I'm gonna go Nate to get his first win of the year, and the kingdom continues to burn.
Mm. See, Chris has bigger weapons, but safety's on. I see. I like that he. I don't know if I like it, but I see that he's putting he gave up on Kelsey. The kingdom's fallen. He's putting Kincaid in there. He's chasing what happened last week with 6 receptions and the touchdown, 60 yards or whatever it was. And I get it. Although I think it's just that. I think we're chasing it. Watch it be I don't know, insert one of the other wide receivers' names here kind of game. Um, and then I do like Judkins. And AJ, I think just because he had a good week doesn't mean AJ's back. Like, I don't think that's how it plays. I think I kind of mentioned it before. If the team Philly is playing can keep up with them or jump ahead of them, AJ Devontae, Hurts, likely going to have a good outing. I think Tampa can keep up, even though Baker's battling something. We're missing Mike Evans. I still think Tampa keeps up, and so AJ should have a good game. But there's just that's like I'm done talking, like that's all that we got going on over there. Do you have questions for Nate though? Like, I thought Debo would have had a good game last week. But he only had 3 targets for 11 yards versus Vegas. Like
Yeah.
what? But there's no Terry. Like
Yeah, it
Terry
seems
ain't
like Terry's
playing.
going to be gone.
There's no way he's playing. Whenever you got to look for a second opinion, it's that's not
Yeah,
what you
seeing
want.
quad specialists. The fuck.
Yeah. Kamara only
I'm out
had.
today that he doesn't need surgery, so that's nice.
Oh fuck yeah! Way to get that bag. At least he can afford the surgery. We know that.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
Well, if he
He
did,
doesn't need.
he'd be fine. Well, and Kamara only had 1 reception last week. He had 6 receptions the week before. We thought, okay, the catches are coming back. No, 1 reception, and he only had 42 yards on 18 carries. Brock Bowers only had 4 fucking receptions, 38 yards at Washington. I mean, he's definitely still battling that knee. If that's what he's
Or
doing against us, what we do with tight ends. Um, but if Indy can keep putting up points, keep moving the chains. They still only have 1 punt. Then Puka's going to
Mhm.
require a big game. You got to give it to Nate. I got to give it to Nate.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Got to give it to Nate.
Nate Dogg.
All right, cool. By the way, boys, whichever one of you loses becomes the skeleton. Our next show will be in October.
Yes.
Spooky season. Anyway, let's move on to the next matchup. It is Paul and it is Derek. I don't think I did it before, but it's straight out of Collins going up against kicking it. I definitely did not do it before. Feel bad. The kingdom has fallen and Yo Soy Fiesta. I should have mentioned you guys. But straight out of Collins up against kicking it. Paul currently has Ken Walker going. He's doing fine, 11.8 at the moment. And the game, there's like 11 minutes left in the fourth.
They're in the red zone too. This could be Paul's last chance for a touchdown here.
As Walker walks off the field, so probably not. Um, let's go, JSN. Anyway, Paul's team has 0 weaknesses, in my opinion. Uh, the biggest weakness might be Patrick Mahomes, but I mean, you even have to give it to Javonte Williams at this point. Like he's been playing good. Unfortunately, he has a really tough matchup this week against Green Bay. Nico Collins probably going to be fine against Tennessee, and Amon Ra has a tough matchup against Cleveland. So I don't really know what to make of this week for Paulie. Devontae Adams looks great. Probably going to be awesome. On Derek's side, Tyreek and Achan. Okay. They both have to be great for Derek to have a shot here. Pickens has a huge opportunity. Let's see what he does with it. He's playing for a contract. He's on a contract year. No CeeDee Lamb. You got to be the guy. Unfortunately, you have to be the guy against Green Bay, and that is a tough draw. The only other thing I wrote down about Derek's team is ETN seems like he's on the decline a little bit. We'll see. Start off hot, like 8 yards a carry, then like 4.5 yards a carry, and then last week it was like 3 yards a carry. As Byshaw Tootin gets more acclimated to the offense, I don't know what to think there. Mm, mm. Steelers D against Minnesota. I'm going to give it to Paul. I'm going against you, Derek, so you'll probably win. But I'm going against Derek and giving it to old Paulie.
Yeah, Derek Stafford, he's going to get chewed into by Devontae there a little bit. I don't think Derek can afford that. He does need his Dolphins to go off against the Jets on Monday night. Dolphins getting a lot of primetime games here early in the season for some reason. I don't really love Jonnu at the tight end spot in Ireland there first thing in the morning. Uh, yeah, Pickens as the true number one option there going up against Green Bay. Don't love that either. Paul has tough matchups too this week. I mean, Mahomes playing Baltimore, who got shredded last week, but it was really on the ground. So maybe you're gonna get that Mahomes rushing. But I don't know. I'm really not expecting him to light it up any more than he has been for a while now. But the rest of Paul's squad is strong enough here. I think he's gonna get this win, and Derek is gonna fall to the rare position of being 1-3. I don't think he falls that far behind the eight ball all that often.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I just like to. It's refreshing to see Tyreek return from his 1 game suspension. Um,
Violation of the honor code.
well deserved. Tip my cap. Yep. And likewise, Stafford, who was on the bench last week, as well as the Steelers, who were on the bench last week, have made the starting lineup. That's got to help. It's got to help. Yeah, don't love Johnny Smith. God, what a terrible way to start the day. That's like
I'll
the
give you a
opposite of
sweet
Folgers.
6 points.
The ETN thing you mentioned, Nick, is worth mentioning again. It's like can they keep the offense on the field? Like they moved it, and it's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not convinced they can. And like you said, Ant, George Pickens, here you go. Here's your chance. Make your money, potential contract. Can he handle it for the next 3 or 4 games? That's a tough, tough defense to start out against. Ah, I'm not so sure he blows up with all the targets that he should get, presumably, this week. And matchups or not, on the other side, Nico, Amon, and Devontae are matchup proof as it relates to targets. They're going to get their
Oh,
targets regardless. And they have been, and they will. And that's that's just a triple stack. It's not awesome to go up against. I don't think Javante has a great game, um, but I don't think it necessarily matters. Kenneth Walker has been bailed out by touchdowns thus far. Like last week, he had 2 touchdowns, and that kind of saved his stat line. I didn't really get a chance to watch the game tonight, but looks like he hasn't done a whole hell of a lot. 11.6 at present moment, 9 minutes left. Eh, even still, those 3 wide receivers, gotta hand it to Paulie.
right.
Good draft.
Very good. Okay. So next, we are going to get into the first Mandarino Bowl of the season. It is Commanders in Chief going up against Buck You.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm so happy you changed that name. So it's Nick and Anthony, and oh, Nick. Nick had a shot to make a really awesome trade last week with me and denied it. And I'm so happy he did. I was going to give him Jordan Love and a Marion Hampton for Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. And he's like, I can't do it. I can't bail on Jaden. And I understood. And I was like, I get it. I get it. Now he absolutely would make that trade.
What a
100%
difference a
would
week
make that
makes.
trade. Ah, fantasy football is crazy.
Crazy.
Doesn't look like Terry's playing this week. That sucks. I love Jacobs. I love Roma Dunze. I mentioned it earlier. And I love J.K. Dobbins. So I do like a lot of stuff that Nick has going on. Anthony, on your side, I think Caleb's going to have a monster game against Las Vegas. Monster game, like top 5 quarterback type game. You are absolutely buying into the Trey Tucker hype. Um,
Get him in there.
he got pretty much all of his points in garbage time when the Commanders were just like let's just slow it down, which doesn't really make sense because garbage time just whoosh, touchdown, touchdown. And but the biggest question mark on your team right now, biggest question mark, is what does Malik Neighbors look like with Jackson Dart? I think he's gonna be fine. Honestly, I do. Um,
Did you see what Malik had to say on the matter?
no, I missed it.
He said
Malik going to get his targets.
he said they gonna figure out how to get one to ball.
One to ball.
Oh man.
One to ball.
All right. Does that
Not
sway,
worried.
does that sway me? I don't know if Jaden Daniels actually plays this week.
He's limited today.
Yeah. Does he have a backup QB right? Nope. Oh, Geno Smith. Yeah, Geno Smith's sitting down there. I think that's a fine play. Geno Smith against Chicago. Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna give it to you, Anthony, because I do think Caleb goes crazy.
I wouldn't call Malik Neighbors the biggest question mark on your team.
Yeah,
You do have quite a
a
few.
misplaced question mark.
Biggest question mark was the wrong terminology. I should have gone with like I don't even know what I should have said. Not biggest. Go ahead.
I'd
Sorry.
say Trevion Henderson is a bit of a question mark. Now, I
For
did
sure.
see that he was getting first team reps today, which you got to be excited about. That could be good. Is this going to be his breakout against Carolina? He did have 11 entire carries in week 3. 11. That's a lot compared to what he did have.
We're getting there.
Is Trey Tucker going to keep producing at this level? 3 touchdowns, 183. Oh my gosh, can he do it? 3rd year in the league. No, I don't think so.
You
I
don't think
don't
he's gonna have 45?
I don't think he's going to have 8 receptions, 145 yards, and 3 touchdowns like he did against Washington now.
Huh.
But I do think Jackson Dart is an upgrade from whatever corpse of Russell Wilson that was last week. I mean, holy smokes.
That was a sight to behold.
That was
bad.
something else. He was throwing field goals. Like that was nuts. On the other side, well, I had some notes about Drake London, but I guess I'll just scratch that out. Does he still have Quentin Johnston on his team?
Yeah, he's
He
still got
does.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong side of the screen. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Marv touchdown.
That's wild. Um,
so you drew it up.
so Quentin Johnston the first 3 weeks, 7 targets, and 10 targets. You got to put him in there. You just
Yeah.
got to. Terry's out indefinitely. I'd like to seek a third opinion on that.
He's at 7.
He's had 7 opinions.
That's a
Let's get an 8th. Ricky Pearsall had 11 targets in week 3 versus Arizona. I think those targets are here to stay. I don't have Jaden Daniels playing. Sorry, Nick. Atlanta just got fucking smoked by 30 in Carolina. I think we're feeling decent that Mariota can make it work. Let's give him another week. Let's give him another week. And I guess that means you're sliding old Gino in there. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like that. That's not ideal. And who else is on waivers right now? Who can he add?
Not good.
it's tough in the streets, man. Russell Wilson is available.
I think Darnold might have been there, but he played
Yeah,
tonight.
Darnold was there. He's got Stroud,
Mm.
Tua Monday night.
Mm.
Cam Ward's hurt. Brett. Yeah, it's tough. I'm gonna give this one to Ant. I'm gonna give this one to Anthony.
There it is.
There you
Yeah,
go,
so we
buddy.
get a little Caleb versus Jaden matchup here. Maybe doesn't look like it, honestly, but I think you're right, Nick. Caleb's QB3 right now. Say what you want. He's produced for fantasy every week. Just came off his best week. Another chance to show out against a bad team here in Vegas this week. So I think he goes into his bye next week as a top 3 fantasy quarterback. Yeah, Travion, man, that's the ticket right here. It's what I traded him for. Looking for that breakout. It should come this week against Carolina. They've actually been good against wide receivers, a lot better than expected, but not defense not nearly as good against running back. So hopefully this is it. I mean, those other 2 idiots in New England can't stop fumbling. So very bold. Get your head out of the ass. Get your playmaker in there, man.
He did.
Trey Tucker. Here's the like, not just buying into 145,000 points he scored last week. He's averaging 7 targets a game. He's on the field
Yeah.
100% of the time. He doesn't come off the field. So 7 targets, you're on the field the whole time. You know, you're explosive. Good chance you make a play. Like I think he's a pretty similar player to Worthy, honestly. And I'm not going to throw Worthy straight back in there coming off his shoulder. That's obviously still fucked up. If he plays a half of that game, I'll be impressed. So yeah, I'm good with Tucker there. Got Waddle for a little more stability there versus having to play Tucker and JMO. McBride's got 12. Hopefully they get the ball back one more time here. Pepper a couple more targets on there. And I think Malik is ready to kind of rev it up with Dart in the offense now. Buck you, Nick, and we'll move on to your team. Yeah, so I'm playing Adunze and Jacobs again this week now, just after playing them last week. They both have great matchups this week, but Ingram, I think that's a weak spot. Daniels, obviously, if he doesn't play, quarterback's a weak spot. And then Pearsall, I think Jennings is going to be back this week after he missed last week, right? So I think that hurts his target share. It usually does. So I think I'm going to have enough to squeak out and beat this team that I beat last week again. I'm going to go to 3-1 here. You.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, Ingram, man. What a disappointment. Like rewind 4 weeks. This guy was like maybe a top 5 tight end. He's just hadn't done it. A lot of options in Denver. So, all right, cool. So we're all on Anthony's side there. Let's move on to the next matchup. It is me and Seth. Let's make a deal. Taking on 8 Ball and 2 MCs. Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Which one of you wants to start this off?
I'll start us off here. Let
Yeah.
Logan give some good stuff. This is a heavyweight tilt, 136 to 132 in the projections. Nick, you're actually leading the way there, but this JSN game is not what you needed to start off the week here. Need a lot more from him. But with Hampton as the feature back now, Najee, RIP, against that Giants team, your 2 running backs there could carry the day. Seth's getting a decent game out of Benson, nothing crazy. And then it really comes down to Lamar and CMC for him. The rest of the squad, I think, is more likely to have pretty mid days versus blowing up. Chase Brown has been terrible. He had a terrible matchup this week. I like really everything you got up and down your lineup, Nick. And you have a lot of good matchups. And Mecca looks like he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver. Are they going to bring Godwin back this week, or are they going to give him one more week?
Smart money's on one more week.
Yeah. Well, and then I really like Emeka there. I think you got this, unless Lamar and well, there you go. That helps. JSN just doubled his points there for you, but that's good. I got you. I got you winning this one, getting back to 2-2.
Very good. All right. I like that.
Yeah, really tough early schedule for Nick. Tough slate. Seth, he had Trey Benson. Insert Trey Benson. Check.
Double
Didn't
digit.
have a bad game. Didn't have a good game. Kind of irrelevant. Got past Thursday. Good on you, Seth. My my questions here have a lot to do with Ted McMillan and his calf. Uh, Luckily, Seth has a really good team,
Yeah,
and it's very deep. He's got Marv on his bench.
with 14 points.
He's got Tet on his bench. He's got DeAndre Swift on his bench. Brenton Strange is actually a decent player to have on your bench. He's got a really good team. Uh, Pretty sure he's going to have to take Justin Fields out of the IR spot, so he'll have to drop one of these guys. Um, Maybe he'll drop Justin Fields. Who's to say? Um, but I do think Jacoby Myers has a bounce back performance. I do like him more than Trey Tucker. Sorry. In fact, if I went back and went over that matchup again, I think I might have gave it to Nick because of Josh Jacobs, and I think his running backs are better. But it's too late. It's done. It's fine.
Look at dividing.
It's over. But then on Nick's side, I love the game script for Amari and Hampton. I really do. I think it's going to be a heavy run versus the 31st ranked run defense or defense in general, in New York. And then kind of what I said about Paul and his receivers, JSN, Garrett Wilson, Emeka. I don't think Godwin plays, even though he's got a little projection. I wouldn't play him. Check. JSN now. You said he doubled his points. I'm still only seeing
He's up
9.8.
to 9.8.
Only have
Oh,
4.
yeah, that's not what you need. But I love Jordan at Dallas.
Mm.
298 pass yards, 4 touchdowns allowed to Caleb Williams just the week before. And they didn't get better. And Jordan Love is fully capable of coming out with a big game. As a Washington fan, don't love that we're playing Bijan this week. That's trouble.
Yeah.
Now you got Hawkinson to think about. That's an interesting addition. We'll see how that goes. I think the Chargers have a couple interceptions in their future with the new quarterback throwing around the rock. That's going to be good for you. I did. I gave it to you. I gave you the
Yeah,
win.
there it is. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like my team a lot. I think it's good. I was hoping JSN would have a better start. I'm happy Trey Benson didn't go freaking nuts. That's nice. Um, doesn't look like there's gonna be too much going on in the game from here on out. There's only 3. Well, shoot, they missed
They
that
got the
field
ball
goal.
back.
They missed that field goal. So who knows? Who knows how this is gonna go? Could go into overtime. Jordan Love, I think, might be the number one quarterback on the week. With that Dallas defense being as trash as it is, even though he doesn't run, I feel like he might throw 4 touchdowns. Who knows? I'm hoping for it. Running backs are good. Garrett Wilson's been a target monster. TJ Hawkinson had a good week last week. Started off the season slow, but here we are. Emeka Ibuka has to make the most of his opportunities. And the Chargers defense should be good against the Rook. It always sucks when you go up against Lamar Jackson. It's never a good time because he could score 40 plus points any given week. And CMC, not much different there. He is the entirety of the 49ers offense. I think Jacoby Myers is really good. They didn't need him last week because Trey Tucker was taking everything to the house. So they didn't have to pepper him with targets, but typically he's getting targets. Tucker Kraft is a good tight end. Michael Pittman, I've said it. He's a great wide receiver, and Chase Brown sucks. Um, all that being said, at the moment, ESPN has me projected to win by point 0.4. And I agree with them. I think this is going to be a close one, and I think I'm going to pull this off. I think Seth and I will both be 500 after this week. So that's what I'm going with. It's me. Let's get into the next one. Next one is Andrew and Logan. It's injured reserve taking on Podoc. Logan has Seahawks defense going right now. They look good. They look good. You do not want the Cardinals to pull this off. Oh, he just dropped that. He just dropped that. Trey McBride dropped a first down catch. Um, that is excellent, Logan. Seahawks defense getting you 18 points already. That is what you want. Andrew, his team is broken, but he was able to like piece it back together. Luckily, he had Jordan Addison sitting there just waiting to come back from suspension. Jalen Warren's been a great running back that he picked up kind of later in the draft. David Montgomery's been good. Juwan Johnson, he got off waivers, also awesome. But he is also starting Hunter Henry in his flex. Man's running a two tight end set. Do the Vikings get the luck of the Irish and pull off 41 points again? Probably not, but I think they can be just fine against the Steelers. Maybe get a turnover or two, maybe even a touchdown. Let's see. I do think Hurts is going to go off. Like you alluded to earlier, Logan, Tampa Bay is going to play very similar to the way the Rams did. And they're not going to be able to get away with just running the ball and making it work. They're going to have to throw the ball. So I think Hurts is going to have a nice mix of rushing and passing yards, some touchdowns mixed in here, a tush push here and there. Who knows? I think Hurts has a great game. I think James Cook has a great game. I think he looks like he might be the best running back. Well, let me give that to Jonathan Taylor. We'll get to that soon. But Cook looks like a top 5 running back in the league for sure, assuming health. My only question mark with your team, buddy, is Brian Thomas Jr. You have him in the flex. He's projected a bunch. He's going up against San Francisco. It's a tough draw. Almost, I don't know. I like Matthew Golden. I think Matthew Golden's going to go bananas. He might have a touchdown. He might have 2.
Ooh.
He might have 100 yards. He might have 140. I have no idea. He might also have 20. Like, it's very possible. So I get putting Brian Thomas in there. Let's take the proven commodity versus the Rook. But it'd be worth looking into. I'm going to give it to you because, well, you still have a team and Andrew is just reeling at the moment. But I think it's going to be closer than you want it to be. So I'm going to give it to you and hope that I'm right.
I mean, for as injured as Andrew is, it's not a terrible pivot to have to go to Sutton and get an Addison back, but just not enough juice here overall. I think Logan wins this one going away. Got him as the blowout of the week.
Oh, 2
Oh,
in a row.
Oh,
Wow.
he was dead wrong on the last one.
Let's go. Yeah, no CD, no Mike Evans. It's convenient that Andrew can throw Addison in there, but it's his first game back at 9:30 in the morning. Well, our time. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think his first game back is going to be the Addison we're going to see throughout the year. He's got 2 tight ends in there. He's chasing Henry's play from last week. I don't buy it. I think he's likely going to be disappointed with Henry's output. Uh, he only really got through last week because he got 41 points from the Vikings D, and he might get a good bit from the Vikings D at Pittsburgh, but probably not 41. Probably not 41.
Probably not.
No CD, no Mike Evans. after having just traded for the stack. That's tough. David Montgomery just had the best game he's going to have all year. So that's out of his system, and now he's going up against maybe the best defense in the freaking league. Holy smokes. Jalen Warren, likewise, going up against a really good defense. Just talked about them. Meanwhile, on my side, am I tired of Genty's production? Yeah. Am I tired of saying this is the week? Yeah. But guess what? I want to say it again. I'm going to say it again. The Bears are 31st against yards per carry and 31st against total rush yards against. And Genty's playing the Bears. I don't think. I think Hurts and Devontae have a decent game. Devontae probably doesn't find his way into the end zone, but I do like the promised and delivered designed runs that Hurts is getting. Right now, Vegas has his over under at like 40.5 rushing. I like that. That's a pretty good floor. Keenan Allen targets the past 3 weeks 10, 7, 11, and 3 touchdowns.
Eating.
Probably doesn't get in the end zone, but I like the targets in a crowded room. And Tyler Warren, that boy, that man is due for a touchdown. If Marvin Harrison can get in the end zone, I bet you Tyler Warren can get in the end zone. And no chance in hell, not in this life or the next, will I put Matthew Golden in place of Brian Thomas Jr. Not going to happen. One thing I did like, if you saw the team following the game, even though he only had 2 catches for 55 yards or whatever it was, still got a game ball. He's still the focus. And whereas early in the season, even though it's still early, I was concerned about what's his fucking head taking a lot of snaps or targets rather from Brian Thomas.
Travis.
Travis Hunter. He's been so irrelevant, you forgot his name.
Super irrelevant. I feel like Brian Thomas finds his hands, finds the end zone, has a good game. I just lucked out that I'm going up against somebody who's so depleted. I feel bad for him, but I'd be kind of surprised if I didn't pull this one out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get it running away. All right. Goodness gracious.
Helps that the Seahawks have 19 points right now, too.
Dude, the Cardinals might tie this game up. 3rd and 5. Minute and 16 left to go. We'll monitor that.
Monitoring.
Speaking of that game, we have the last matchup. It's the heavyweight matchup of the week. We have the undefeated Eddie going up against the 2-1 Greg Nelson. It's McConkey Me Moo Moo taking on Bang Bang Scissor Gang. All right. So Eddie started Kyler Murray. He's got 13.1 at the moment. It's 3rd and 5 on the old box. We'll see how this goes. Could he throw a touchdown? Could he make himself relevant? It was looking real bad up until this quarter, I'll tell you that. But Eddie has, I'm going to say it, he has the best running backs in the league. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, goodness gracious. That is awesome. But his wide receivers have been, like DK has been touchdown dependent in order to have a decent game. And Ladd's had a bit of regression thanks to Keenan Allen coming to town. He's got DJ Moore there, but I mean, is he even a wide receiver anymore? He's been playing running back. Who knows? Eagles defense against Tampa Bay. Can't love that. Sam Laporte has been fine. On Greg's side, dude, Dak might be cooked. No CeeDee Lamb. You have to rely on George Pickens. That didn't work out great for Russell Wilson last year. He got relegated to the freaking Giants after that season. And we have some decent running backs. Brees Hall's on the come up, playing on Monday night. At least you have that to look forward to. Justin Jefferson, we think he's good. I mean, well, we know he's good, but we think he's going to be good with whatever quarterback they're throwing out there. Carson Wentz these days. Ooh. And then you got the Ravens pass catchers. Isaiah Likely might be coming back this week, so that might change a couple things. We'll see. Oh, goodness, what happened? Something cool?
Oh my gosh.
Holy smokes.
He is risen. I benched him everywhere. Everywhere I have him. I benched
Why
him this
wouldn't you? He's been trash.
week.
Speaking of
This
trash,
game.
Drake London, you just traded for this guy, and he has not looked great. I'm really upset with you, Greg. It feels like you just grab these dudes that are playing Washington. I said it before, I'll say it again. Come on, man. Hail. Hail. You're starting a guy who's playing Washington. And it could be like anybody else. You could start anybody. Chuba's on your bench. It's going to feel okay against New England. Anyway, I'm going to give this one to Greg. I'm going to give it to Greg, even though you're starting Drake London. Eddie's undefeated streak ends. There are no undefeated teams in DOC after this week. Book it.
Oof, I don't know. Though that running back duo is so good. They're averaging nearly 40 a game just between them. I kind of think this is the week Lad gets popping against the Giants. I think they have the safeties to kind of keep the bottle on Johnston going deep, but I don't think their linebackers are good at all. Um, but other than that, yeah, on Greg's side, I just don't think Dak's going to have a very good week without CD going up against Green Bay. Kyler is apparently about to get these points. Yep, there it is. Amari Demercado, just like everybody drew it up. But Kyler got him, so he's got his 20 spot. Yeah, these are two good teams. I think it'll be a close game, but I think the quarterback difference here and the running backs will decide it. I got Eddie going to 4-0, man.
4-0. McConkey me moo. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so convinced. And both these guys have tough quarterback matchups. Obviously, Murray has somehow squeezed 20 points out of this thing, and now it's very likely going into overtime. But Gibbs is going up against a tough team, man. Can he get loose against this stout defensive line? I don't know. I'm not convinced. They've proven very surprising early on. DJ Moore, let's highlight him real quick. His receiving yards the first 3 weeks, 68, 46, 21. 21 yards last week. This is 21 yards of 298 that Caleb threw for. He's not getting targets. He's not a focal point. Keep talking about
Running
him
back.
getting a couple rush yards. So that's not great. Don't love that if you're Eddie. DK Metcalf, let's talk about him. His receiving yards through 3 weeks, 83, 20, 32. And now he's going up against Minnesota. Not ideal. Thought he'd be getting all these targets. He's walking away with 3 catches, 4 catches, minimal yards, as I just suggested. Not great. Putting a lot of pressure. Got distracted by that catch there. Putting a lot of pressure on Gibbs and Taylor to get it done. And they're getting it done. So, it's been good so far. The other side, with no CD, I'd have a hard time starting Dak. I know the alternative is Penix, so I get it. But woof. Is Zay Flowers going to rebound? Only 3 targets against Detroit in prime time. And I talked about that before. If Zay Flowers has a good game, I can't see Mark Andrews having a good game. If Mark Andrews has a good game, I can't see. And that's mainly because Mark Andrews generally being touchdown dependent. But now
Played
Isaiah
out last
likely
week.
coming back, I believe Isaiah's going to play. That's something worth noting, no doubt. Odunze, great, 4 touchdowns. Wait, he just got rid of Odunze. Odunze's gone. X. We don't have Odunze anymore. Scratch that out. But he does. Okay, so now he's moving Brees Hall into the starting lineup. Let's cross out that Josh Jacobs stuff I had too. Multiple touchdown guarantee.
Guys, you're gonna have to get your trades done before Thursday.
Come on, man. Some of us put in the work. I do like Brees Hall a lot, actually, at Miami. They might be trying to showcase that, man, before they trade him somewhere. Been a lot of talk about Brees being traded, so long as the Jets aren't winning games.
Come on down to Washington.
Yeah, come on down.
Take it.
Why not? Derrick Henry. Can he fumble it again? I bet he can.
Probably.
I bet he can at Kansas City. One of the craziest things about this week is that between Baltimore and Kansas City, one of them is going to lead this week 1-3. Unfreaking believable.
That's my favorite game of the whole week
That's
because
so
of that.
425 at Kansas City. I think he has a good game. I don't know what to make of this Drake London ad. Honestly, I don't think I love the trade for Greg. You got plenty of running backs until you don't. He's still got Chuba on the bench and Chubb. He's still got plenty of running backs. I mean, he got a running back in return. It's fine. Giving it to Greg. Giving it to Greg.
Giving it to Greg.
Giving it to Greg.
Giving it to Greg.
Cool. All right. That was all of them. We did it. Gentlemen, this is what we said.
Don't step to me, don't step to me, don't step to me, bitch.
Gentlemen, I hope you were on the right side of our picks. If you weren't, don't worry about it. We haven't been right pretty much this entire season. So you might have a shot. Something else we haven't been right on much is our next segment, which is the pre-cup parlay. We keep getting 2 out of 3. Anthony, tell us why we're going to have 3 out of 3 this week.
Oh yeah, it's a bad start to the season for the gang here. We cannot sync up here and get them all checked off the board until this week. Until this week, we feel good. We feel real good. First off, we're gonna go 25 plus receiving for Bijan against the Commanders. That's a -143. Seems like easy money.
Okay.
Next up, we're gonna go over 20.5 receiving for Cam Scatterbo in his debut as a starter against the Chargers. He had 60 plus receiving last week.
Okay.
Then, finally, we're gonna go 240 total passing and rushing for Mr. Caleb Williams against the Raiders. He's done that 2 out of 3 weeks so far this year. The 1 week he didn't. He was like 3 yards short, and it was when he didn't play the fourth quarter when they got blown out by the Lions. And also the Raiders have given up that total number to every quarterback they've played this year. So praise be, we hit one here. Get on the board, get off the schneid, start making some bigger bets. Let's go, PreCup Parlay.
All right. Very good. No, I love it. I think that's going to happen. I feel good about this week. Gentlemen, do you have anything else to tell these boys before we kick rocks?
No.
No.
I
That's
do
all.
not.
You do not. All right. Well, then I guess I'll just say it. Best of luck this week, boys. And until next week, Mother Cuppers, stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.
Good luck, boys.